Hey, what's happening, world? This is your guy A to the D, the NBA contributor for Behind the Curtain. Uh,
What's good?
There you go, the guys.
What's good? It's your boy Wicked 36. Don't forget 36, you get missed.
What's up? What's happening? It's Drew Skrilla for Rilla. Let's get this money, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Jump directly into yesterday. So how y'all feel about, like, first of all, what are your thoughts on the actual NBA Cup? Did you like it? Did you not like it?
The whole thing as a whole, I like it. I like the competition. I like how points matter.
Uh-huh.
You know, I like how it's set up. I like everything about it. Now, towards the end, I didn't too much watch it. I don't know, kind of lost some kind of excitement for me, I guess. I don't know what it was, but it just wasn't. I don't know, was it the gameplay or what? But just, I don't know. Down the stretch just wasn't as good. You felt the same?
I felt the same. I was like, okay, well, I mean, Mahomes was in it for a little while, so I was like, yeah. But I still like to see, you know, some good competition all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to be NBA Cup. But yeah, I saw Giannis with that look in his eye. So I don't know, but gave me a little hunch. Looked like he wanted to win it against Mahomes. So I was like, okay, all right. You know, they got some favorable calls, but you know, you got to beat the refs too.
Yeah, he did look a little different out there.
So shit, the boys looked good to me. I thought they was falling off. That's what I said earlier this year. I was like, yeah, them boys falling off.
And I said the same thing. I agreed with you.
I don't know. Like, it was excitement all the way up until that game. I don't know what it was, but that game just was not exciting. Like, I tried to watch it, and it just wasn't no excitement. It was just like blah. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, something is missing. It was something missing in that game. And I'm not sure what it was missing, but it was the build up until that point just didn't meet what I thought was going to happen. And so I was just like, okay. The quarterfinals, the semifinals, and then the finals, it was just like, near boom. It's like a crash and burn. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the crowd. I don't know if it was the teams. I don't know what it was. It didn't fulfill the void I thought was going to happen for it being the championship game.
Yeah, I agree. But those two good teams, I have to give them that. I mean, the teams that were there were worthy of being there and playing. You know, there were two good teams. I'm glad it wasn't, you know, like a team that's not even going to make it to the playoffs or something like that. It was, you know, these two teams, to me, looking at OKC, they have potential of being late runners in the playoffs, and so does the Bucks. So I'm glad it was at least two competitive teams, should I say.
Yeah, at least there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think, like, it was two competitive teams. It was that. But it was almost like, I don't know, it was a weird thing. Like, I don't know what it was. It just wasn't, I don't know. It was something missing. I don't know what that something was. It was just like, it didn't fulfill what I thought was going to happen. I thought it was going to be, the crowd was going to be, that might be what it was. It might be the crowd wasn't what I anticipated it to be along the game. Because the Bucks blew them out. You know what I'm saying? I definitely didn't expect that. I didn't expect the blowout. I thought it was going to be.
Me either.
Just strictly based on the talent that OKC had. So, I don't know. I just, personally, if they want to do it again, they got to do something that hype up the championship game even more. Because it didn't meet expectations, in my opinion. And I feel like if we got that much hype all the way through, and this is the product that finished, then it was like, okay.
Because I agree, because it's over and no one's talking about it. It's just like it was just a regular game. You don't hear anything about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, the Bucks won the chip. Is this okay? On to the next.
That one don't count towards the standings, though. Towards their record.
It doesn't?
No, it does, meaning that the games that they won, they count in the regular season. So,
Talking about just that one right there, just the championship.
Yeah, that game still counts.
Okay.
So I think they set up where, like, even though they played that extra game, that there'll still be 82 games. So somewhere along the way, they're gonna drop a game, so it'll even out to be 82 games.
Yeah, it should be like one of their, matchups. Whoever you play, is this one of your matchups that you just don't have to go to Milwaukee or go to wherever you're supposed to go for that one?
Essentially. So I don't know. It's weird. So now that the Bucks have won a championship in a sense, what do you think that does for Dame legacy? Do you think that changes him to be considered a champion of winning this, or do you think it's just like, dude, it's a paper champ? Like, you ain't really.
Like, like I said earlier on, good job, man. You're on the right path, but you still you still got to play the rest of the season to get to the playoffs. Man, because they hung a banner. Like you said earlier, when you were talking about Celtics, it was like, you don't want to win the cup. You was like, you were worried about the playoffs, right? I don't worry about the playoffs too, but I want to win everything because I'll say they won that. I still want to win this, and so hopefully after they won this, they can stay focused because we see what happened to the Lakers last year.
Yeah,
it just kind of fell off. I thought it was funny how Darvin Ham won 2 of them.
Yo, that is
back to back.
That is wild.
Won the first 2, but. Will it change for Dame? I think what's going to happen is it depends on what they say about LeBron and how he won his. You know what I'm saying? After he retires and stuff like that, if people really start looking at that as a real stat, a real championship and stuff like that, and start putting it on his resume and stuff like, hey, he's the first one to get this and get that, then it's going to start being talked about a little bit more as we go on. And more cups getting played. But if it just never really gets like put into like a stat category where people are measuring up of how many cups you got, then I'm going to say no. But I hope it does, because that'll be more excitement to it. And I think it should, because it wasn't easy. You almost got to go undefeated.
No, you got
So you really got to play really good. You got to have a good squad, because the next team you playing against is just as good as you, because they have to basically go just undefeated too. And you're going through like, I like how they have the groups and stuff like that. And then you also get to play the people out of the other groups too. So you can't just say that, hey, they came out of a weak group, because after you get out that group, it's like a regular playoff. You still got to play the other teams that came out their group. So 9 times out of 10, it's normally the top kind of teams too. So I think it will, and I hope it does, But I think Dame still needs a chip under his belt, a real one, also.
So what if he never has what if he never gets there, right? He never wins the championship. Would you consider this as a championship in a sense?
Yeah, I'll consider it as, like the in-season one, it's going to be part of it, but I'm not going to say like he won the whole damn thing, you know what I'm saying? This mid-season tournament, like he got a mid-season tournament, he got one of those, kind of like, I will say, like a gold medal. You know what I'm saying? I guess it'll hold that kind of weight, you know what I mean? Right. You got some of them, it goes, yeah, it sounds good, it looks good, but it ain't the championship.
I'll say this. So it kind of does add to his legacy in a sense, because now he has a title of a champion next to it. Now, granted, it's not a championship, but it is a championship in a sense. So I think it can kind of change his legacy a little bit, because he's won something. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
They say they can't be like, well, he never won anything. He can literally be like, yo, even though it's an in-season tournament championship, he still won a championship in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So he's for winning something. So to me, I think it'll help his legacy, but I think what'll push his legacy over the top is if he actually wins the championship. He has to win a championship. If he does not win a championship, he'll go down as one of the best point guards ever to play the game that just didn't win a championship. But he did have the opportunity to win an in-season tournament championship. Now, if they keep this thing going, like let's say the next 5 to 10 years, let's say 10 years, after 10 years, somebody could have the possibility of winning a lot of in-season tournaments. You know what I'm saying? And then you could it won't, because I think it's because it's new, people don't want to attach anything to it. They're like, oh, it's a fraud.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, if they keep it and let's say the next 10 years, people start winning them left and right, then it's going to hold a lot more weight. But because it's early and it's new, it doesn't really hold as much weight. But I feel like this could be a part of his legacy if he's able to move and win a championship. Because now he knows what it feels like to win something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
What it is something. And he can attach his name to it. Like, hey, what do y'all want to say? I won a form of a championship. And my name is cemented in NBA history books because I won this. And that's essentially what it comes down to is your name being on those books. Because that's what they all play the game. Oh, I hope that's what they play the game for.
Right.
Some type of book and some type of ledger saying you accomplished this. Just like he's a part of the top 75 of all time. You know what I'm saying? So now he could be like, yeah, and I won an in-season. I know the old head's gonna be like, yo, that don't count. Like that, you know what I'm saying? But because the times are changing, they got to revamp the game.
Mm-hmm.
Then to help revamp the game. And granted, it's an in-season tournament, but I feel like the way that they celebrate it gives you the lore of what it feels like to win a championship.
Yeah. And you won it with your team. I was thinking about the gold medal. That's not your team. You know what I'm saying? It's a made-up team. All-Star is not your team, but this is your squad that you running with and everything like that, and you won it with them. So it is more. So, yeah, it will.
Because I look at it like if you have a team of players, like you have like the Milwaukee Bucks, right? Now, how many of them were on that championship team when they won it? Maybe Giannis and Bobby Portis and Chris Middleton.
And what's the white boy name?
I'm just saying it wasn't a lot of
maybe
them
6 of them, yeah.
So then all of those who weren't there for that championship, they have an opportunity to know what it feels like to win a championship. Because it's the same thing, but it's just on a small scale. So that's just my opinion on it. Now, the question is, much like the Lakers, should the Bucks raise their banner?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lakers raised their banner last year.
If we don't raise the banner, if we don't do all this, we're playing for nothing. What are we doing? Like we said, it's a championship. It means something. And they keep it. What if Milwaukee wins the next 5? You know what I'm saying? Because you have to raise this first one. Because if you win another one, you're like, damn, we should have raised that one, huh? Now we got to raise both of them. You know?
Or you could attach it. You know what I'm saying? Like put the championship banner up and put the year up, and then put the years every time you win it up like that. That way you don't have to keep raising the banner over and over again. You just attach the number or the year that you won it.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So,
all right, but imagine if they go on and win the championship too, which that's going to be another thing. We won in-season tournament and in championship. That's going to be something else. That's going to be another little record. No one's ever done this before, you know? No. So, yeah, you got to raise these banners. You got to celebrate this because you said if someone does win the in-season and the championship, they're going to be talked about as a different team because they did everything. They won on every kind of level, we should say.
Right. That's a very good point. That's a very good point because you showed throughout the season that you were the best team because you won this championship and you won, you know what I'm saying, the NBA championship. So I think if that happens, I think that in-season tournament will hold a lot more weight. If the team that tournament and they won the championship, you'd be like, okay, they showed you they were the best team. Because I don't think the Bucks lost, did they?
No.
No.
So Yeah, raise the banner. Put that.
Mm-hmm.
You worked hard for it, you earned it. So
Yeah, I think once someone wins the championship in season, it will change the whole trajectory of how they look at it.
yeah. So like with Giannis, he knows what that feels like because he won one. But Dame, he doesn't know what that feels like to have the confetti to fall on you. For had people screaming your name, had the fans cheering for you, however many 12 people was in the audience. That's another thing too. It did not look like it was a lot of people in the crowd.
No.
Okay, just wanted to make sure because I thought I was tripping. I saw that I was like, this joint ain't jam packed like it should be. Now it could be, but it should have been packed and it wasn't. So, all right. So now, do we feel like the lights were too bright for OKC?
They played all right. They just need to get like a big man and get Chet back. That's what I feel like they can.
I agree. I think they're fine. I mean, they just need Chet, full team. You know, they look totally different when they got him. You know, he stretches the floor. You don't have to worry about being beat. You know, when you get beat, you got someone back there to help you. Now it's like, hey, I got to defend all the way to the cup. And then like Giannis, he wouldn't have got all them easy buckets with Chet down there and Hartenstein, you know, because Chet would have been the help defender at this point. He wouldn't have been guarding him straight up. And the help defender, Chet is pretty good. And like I said, he can run the floor. You know, the offense he brings you to, you know, I think once they got him, they're fine. I'm not worried about it.
Okay. The only reason I'm a little concerned is because I don't want him, meaning Chet, to be one of those situations where he's always injured. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they can't really depend on him because he's injured. So that's the only fear that I have is that hopefully he doesn't get injured again and they have to not play without him. Because as you can see, they definitely need him. Like SGA and Jalen Williams hands down are going to go off. But you're right. They need that other big man to kind of offset everything. But they were playing well before that, though. That's why I was like, I expected them to be a lot better than what they showed last night. Because to me, you really played a lot better up until last night. I mean, yeah, last night. And it was this is not the same team I've been watching.
Right.
I agree with you.
When the Bucks a bigger team, though?
Yeah, they
a lot
are.
Bigger.
They are, but what I'm saying is the teams that they were playing, like they were like almost toying with them in a sense. So I'm not saying that they were going to do that against the Bucks, but I expected them to be a lot more competitive to the Bucks. That's my trying to get at is that they've been a competitive team, so I expected them to be even more competitive against. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I thought it was going to be a lot more competitive, a lot more better game too. Thought they was going to pull it out. Then I started looking like, okay, it's a tournament. They've been in this tournament, and what if it was like a 7-game series? Okay, Milwaukee got 1 game. I don't think Milwaukee would have beat them out of 7 games. You know,
without Chet?
I don't think. Yeah, even without Chet.
Okay.
I think because looking at like the stat sheets and looking at how OKC played, they didn't play a great game, you know. They didn't really play a good game. They scored like 80-something points? That's crazy. Normally they're in like, you know, the high hundreds something. So I don't think if it was 7-game series, they'd have lost in a 7-game series. Milwaukee got a game out of a good game. I think it would probably went 6, but yeah.
I mean,
that's how I was looking at it.
That's interesting that you say that because to me, I think like you kind of have to learn to play without players because that if they're not there, you know what you can and can't do because they're not there. So to me, they were playing good all the way up to this point, like pretty much rolling over teams. And so I figured that they have what it takes to beat teams, in my opinion. So I do think you're right. I do think in a 7-game series, I think it will be close. I don't know who will win it, but I think it will be a lot closer than what we saw last night between them two.
Because you got now you played them, now you can adjust. Okay, we know we can't do this. We thought we were gonna be able to do this. Now we gotta adjust. We gotta go and try this route. You got time to adjust. With this, you don't have it. It's win or go home. We in here, we got smoked now, but we know when we come up against them next time, we know what to expect. And that next time might not even be to the championship if we see them. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if that was the second game they played or what, because you only play the East teams, a handful of times, one at home and one in their home. So they might not even see them again.
So OKC was on a 5-game winning streak up until like last night. And that's what I was saying. Like they was kind of like blowing through people. So right now they have a 4-game lead over the Grizzlies, the Rockets, and the Mavs. And a 5-game lead over the Nuggets and the 6-game lead over the Suns. The question is, will they be able to sustain a push from any of those teams coming in the near future?
That's a good one. Say yeah, because I think Chet's supposed to be back in 2 weeks, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's been out that long, so I think it's about 2 weeks, and we're about to go into All-Star break. Yeah, I think they'll be okay. I think they could win, out of 10 games, I think they could win 6 out of 10 in these next couple of games to stay afloat. I don't think they'll be at 500, maybe even 7 out of 10. I think they'll be good enough to win 7 out of 10. They could take a couple L's, but I think out of 10 games, they'll win 7.
To me, I think like let's see. Hold on. So the next couple games are all winnable. Honestly, they play Orlando. Paulo is not back yet, so that's winnable. Miami, winnable. Washington, winnable. Indiana, winnable. Charlotte, winnable. Memphis, Minnesota, LA, winnable. So they could probably win. Like you said,
8.
7.
Shit, yeah.
7 or 8.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, they'd be okay.
So as long as
I think Chet will be back after these next 10.
Okay. So as long as, in my opinion, as long as he comes back, I think they're gonna be in good shape. I think they have exactly what they need to make a run. Because I think last year they were young and they didn't have the knowledge of what it takes to get to the next level. Because that's why I was like, I forgot that Dallas beat them. Because I was like, how did they lose? And I was like, oh, okay, now it makes sense. Dallas beat them. So if they play him this time around, I think Dallas is gonna be in for a dogfight. Just my opinion. So, do you feel like the Bucks should go after CJ McCollum? Come on, Drew. I need answers.
Should they go after CJ McCollum? Why are they going after him for?
Another scorer, another shooter. Dame backcourt mate.
It was cold in Portland.
I kind of liked them in Portland. I didn't think they was gonna win nothing too much, but they had a little squad. They had a little something together.
Injuries. That's the only thing that stopped them.
Yeah.
That Portland squad was, man. Well,
I mean, if they can get him
down there.
Yeah. If you get him, you put Dame at the 1, CJ at the 2, push Chris Middleton to the 3, Giannis at the 4, and Brook Lopez at the 5. That is a strong team.
I agree. I'm going after him. I'll lean more towards Brandon Ingram, but if I can get CJ McCollum, I'm taking him too.
But the reason why I said CJ McCollum is because I think their chemistry is better. Like Dame and CJ chemistry will be a whole lot better than anybody else. I agree with you. That's why I said they should go after them, because the Pelicans are about to have a fire sale. And so right comes along, I'm pretty sure they're gonna get rid of Ingram, Zion, and CJ McCollum. And just start from scratch. So if I'm the Bucks, if I can finagle him out of there, I'll bring him in.
Me too. That's a key piece. You can. Ooh, man.
Yeah, he could.
That'll be all right. I agree with that.
He could tarnish some
And
green.
Murray up for trade too. Didn't they say Murray too? They trading everybody except for who? Williams and Herb
Trade-
Jones and
Yeah, Herb Jones. Shouts out to Herb Jones. That's my man. If somebody else, dude. Yo, you know why I like this dude? I'm gonna tell you why. So in college, some years ago, it was a dude named Herb, right? And they was like, yo, this dude could hoop. I was like, the dude cannot hoop. They was like, nah, seriously, this dude could ball. All right, whatever. So we go to the court, and they was like, oh, that's him right there. That's him right there. I was like, who? He was like, Herb. I was like, oh, bet. He was out there cooking cats, like cooking. Like I'm astonished because I'm watching them. I'm like, yo, I thought they, you know how people be lying. Like, yo, this dude, like, yeah, all right, whatever. The dude Herb was hooping. Like, I used to love playing with him because he would always throw alley-oops all the time. But anyway, getting off topic. But he is the reason why I like Herb Jones, because I played with the dude Herb, and the dude could ball, and the dude Herb can really ball that play for the Pelicans, and he plays great defense. Like I like
he
him ever
does.
since. Was it LSU? No, it wasn't LSU. Was it Alabama? It might have been. Yeah, it might have been Alabama. I liked him ever since he was at Alabama, because I was like, this dude is nice. Because he wasn't. The thing is, he wasn't even a star on the team. That's the crazy part. He was like, he was just like, he did everything literally, and it was funny just watching him play. But that's why I like Herb Jones. I just thought he was cool.
Herbal.
Yeah, and if they trade him, I'm gonna be hurt, because you know
Who?
Herb.
No, they said he's untradeable. Those they said 2 or 3 people they're not trading. Everybody else can go. I think it was Zion, CJ, and Ingram. I want to say Murray is in there, but maybe Murray was the one that they said they're not trading. I don't remember.
I thought they said they weren't trading. What's that boy? They Trey Murphy.
Right, I heard Trey Murphy.
Some other folks, 2 other guys.
Yeah,
Herb.
Yeah, Mike
Herb Jones.
Yeah, and it was. I want to say it wasn't Jose Alvarado. It was somebody else. But everybody else can go. So that's what I'm saying. If I'm the Bucks, I'm gonna reach out and be like, "Yo,
I agree.
I'll give it to you." Now, this has been bothering me for the last week or so. Should the Suns trade for Jimmy Butler?
Yeah, go ahead and make that thing happen.
So you like the trade?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they'll be straight up. Jimmy come up there.
Does it help the Suns? Yes. Does Bill help the Heat? No, but it'll be his team. I don't think they're, going to do too much anyway, but I'm thinking from Jimmy's perspective, he wants to win. If I want to win, I'm going to Denver. I'm trying to make my way to Denver.
So him, Joker, Jamal Murray, and Jimmy Butler? Because Michael Porter Jr. is gone.
Yeah, he's gone. He gone. You can go. And if I'm trying to win, that's where I'm trying to go. Because I think I can put them back to where they was when they won the championship. If I'm Jimmy. Because that's all he's missing, a dog like that now.
So if he goes to Phoenix, this is hypothetical. If he goes to Phoenix, you don't think he'd do the same thing there?
Yeah, but I don't know. It's something I don't like about Phoenix that I just don't trust about them. I don't think they're good enough to beat the Mavs still. Is there something when they go against the Mavs? And I don't know if they can still beat the Joker, even without Jimmy. Because even without Jimmy, they getting somebody. And if it's not Jimmy, it's probably going to be Zach LaVine. So, I don't know.
I think if I'm gonna make this trade, I would definitely do Jimmy with the Suns, only because I know I got 2 shooters already. I got a dude that could go in the post. I got a dude that plays defense, and he's an all-around problem. So to me, if I'm Phoenix, I might think about pulling it, depending on what I got to give up to get him.
Yeah, that's what's going to be the key piece. If you got that bench, you're dead. You got to keep that bench. You got to have something to come off the bench.
You have to. You can't like lose so many players. Like you can't lose. You can't lose Grayson Allen. You can't lose. Jones. You got to keep him. Even though I know he stars, you got to keep. It was another guy.
Royce O'Neal might be gone.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna probably want Royce and Bill.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, if they give up Royce, that's definitely gonna hurt because that dude can make shots.
Mm-hmm. Man, he's good on D both ends.
Is there salary expansion? The salaries don't match.
I'm not sure.
I think Bill probably make more.
But they can figure out how to maneuver that. If, let's say if they trade in 1-for-1, or they'll probably get a third team involved if the salaries don't match. There's always a way they can flip it and how they can, do it or whatever. So my opinion, my thought process is if it's Jimmy for Bradley Beal, I don't know what the price difference is between the two, but I would look at it like this. If I could bring him for the rest of the year and I don't have to pay him what he wants until next year, I will make that trade. Because if it don't work out, he can walk.
Yeah, but then, okay, I agree with you. I hear that. So it don't work out, he can walk. But what happens to your team? What are you building from then? If he gone, you just going to try to see what we get out of free agency? Did you freeze?
About Jimmy, right? Did he good cut?
Yeah, I think so. Look like his screen's kind of there. There you go. He probably was getting a phone call.
Yeah,
but
wife trying to check. Still sound funny saying that, but go ahead.
Better relax. No, I'm saying, okay, I agree with you. You get him for this season. If it don't work out, don't work out. But if he leaves, what happens to your team? You just build him through free agency after this? So, you're losing something. You're losing Bill and somebody else, and possibly Jimmy Butler.
Okay, so look at it like this. If we don't win the championship, KD is another year older. Devin Booker is another year older, right? So KD would be, 37, 38 at that time? And you figure
like that.
You're going to have to rebuild anyway. So, like, essentially, this is your shot. These next 2 years are your shot to win the championship. If you don't win it the next 2 years in Phoenix, you're never going to win it.
That's about true. Because KD ain't going to play till he's 40.
Right. So you figure you got a strong 2 years. Then after that, either he going to walk away or Devin Booker going to ask for a trade. Because Devin Booker been there for a minute. And he only went to the finals one time. So you figure it's cool having my own team, but
he's never been to he did go to the finals, him and Chris Paul. They lost to the Bucks.
Yeah, they was up 2-0. And I was like, yo, this is gonna be a shining moment for Devin Booker to win this championship. And they lost 4 straight. Thanks, Chris Paul, for getting hurt again.
Yeah. God damn.
I think you'd be taking money under the table, to be honest with you.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If I'm Booker, I'm leaving now.
You said you're leaving now?
I'm out. Send me to Denver. That's what I'm trading for. I want to go to Denver. It's over. Send me to Denver. It's
good.
over.
But that's good. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. But the only issue is that Denver gonna have to send back like 10 people. Because that's how impactful it is.
We could give up Porter. We could give up Kristen Braun.
Okay.
And second round pick and whoever else you want. We got, as long as we got Murray, Gordon, and Jokic. Shit.
So you would trade Devin Booker to Denver. All right, so if you got Jimmy Butler on the team and it don't work out, right? Then you would trade Booker to Denver.
No, I was just saying, like, right now, how you were saying KD's getting older, this the winner to win, but he's been hurt. So, man, I'm thinking, like, I think I need to jump ship now. I think we ain't gonna win. Because like you're saying, 1 year later, he older, I'm older, everybody's getting older, and we got these young cats coming up. We got thinking about OKC's it's gonna keep getting better. We got New York out here getting better, and they're still young. You got a lot of young teams. You got the Rocket that's getting better. You still got Memphis, and these are young teams that I'm gonna have to compete with. I'm talking about if I'm Devin Booker. And to me, my best chance, I'm going to try to go play with the best player.
Yeah. I just don't know. I don't think they're going to. It's a Steph Curry situation.
I don't think they're going to do it. Yeah. But
he's a Steph Curry situation.
Man,
to
can
me,
you imagine that dude with Joker?
It would get ugly. But the thing is, if you keep Jamal Murray, Devin Booker, and him, and Michael Porter, man.
Nah.
You talking about Porter? You said you don't need Porter?
No, I'm saying I don't think they could keep him. Yeah, if we could keep all three, yeah.
So that's what I'm about to ask. That was the next question. How you think the Nuggets are peaking at the right time? Like you think that they turning it on now?
It's starting to look that way. I was worried about Murray. Last couple games, he's been coming out looking pretty good, hitting timely buckets, big shot towards the end of the game. Joker's going to do the Joker thing. Only thing I'm worried about is Michael Porter Jr. being consistent. If he can be consistent, give us that 19, we'll be all right. But he's just, I don't know. We can't get 12 from you. We got to get 16 to 19 at least every night.
But you know why he playing like that? Is because his name keep getting brought up in trade rumors. That's why. If his name wasn't
play better, than it wouldn't.
It wouldn't be like that.
You got a family to feed at this moment. You're the only one now. Everybody else is either locked up or
they're picking prize picks. That's what they're doing.
So hey, you gotta do what's best for you and your fam. Go get your money. You just got paid. Go be the man somewhere else because you ain't gonna be the man over here in Denver.
Okay, so if you let's look at it like this: if out of all the people on the team, you think the best asset outside of Jamal Murray is Michael Porter Jr., right? What about Aaron Gordon? Would you trade him or would you keep him?
I gotta keep him. You have to. You can't get those three people. You can't get rid of Joker, Gordon, and Murray. They have to stay together. If they lose Gordon, I don't think they can win even if they got Booker or Bill or whoever Butler. If they lose Gordon, no.
Well,
I just say because he's like y'all say Draymond's for the Warriors. That's how he is for Denver for me. He does the dirty work. He plays defense. He rebounds. In some games, he might give you 25 points that damn, that you don't even expect out of him. But he's capable of doing that. And when he does that, it's like, oh, it's a walk in the park for us now. We weren't expecting to get this out of him. And every time he goes over 19, 20, they be blowing teams out. It'd be, yeah, you got to keep Michael. Gordon.
I think he definitely is the X factor. I think they need him. They need him, in my opinion, they need him more than Jamal Murray. I think Murray is an all-around great guard, but I think Aaron Gordon is just invaluable because, like you said, everything that he can do. So now we're going to talk about this new All-Star Rules game. Now, I've heard a couple.
Not.
Okay, cool.
No.
Hey, brother, we ain't got to talk about it.
No, I don't even know what's going on. So explain it to me, please, sir.
I heard what KD
What's
said.
happening is there's going to be a pool of All-Stars, 24 to be exact. They're going to be broken down into 3 different teams. The teams will be coached by Chuck, Kenny, and Shaq. So them 3 are going to pick out of those 24 players, 8 players. Then Candace Parker.
So they're drafting.
I'm not sure if they're drafting or I'm not sure how that works. I don't know.
Oh,
But it's
that would be nice to see that. Okay.
It might be, honestly, it might be. But out of the pool of 24, they have the shoes. So yeah, they drafted Innocent. Yes, they drafted. So then Candace Parker has a team. Her team is the Rising Stars. So you know how the old versus the young, the rookies versus the sophomores in a sense game. So they're gonna play that game, and then the winner of that game will be the fourth team, and that's the team Candace Parker gonna coach. For that, you're gonna have 4 teams in total, and so the 4 teams are gonna play one another. I'm not sure how this is gonna be set up, but they're gonna play one another, and the winners will play each other. Almost like that. It's like that. What is the name of that thing? It comes on ESPN. It's like a.
I know.
It's not
first to 20. I mean, first to 40.
Right. It's like that type of thing, but I think it's still gonna be time. So it'll be like first team to win or the first team to hit the 40 wins NBA All Star.
Almost like the Big Three.
Right. Yeah. There you go. So
okay.
To me, I like it. I like anything new. I'm not one of those people. I don't want to do it. But the thing that I don't like is when the players say it. Like, I don't like it. Like, you haven't even tried it yet. Like, how you know if you gonna like it or not? Like, if you ain't even tried it. Like, that's the part that frustrates me.
I feel you. I agree with you because when they were talking about the tournament and stuff like that, I was like, man, this shit sounds crazy hell. I didn't understand it. It was just we playing games. Just what? But I liked it. But about this to me is like, it's not an all-star game no more. It takes away the whole thing about being an all-star game. We got 4 teams.
But how does it take?
Because to me, it's not an all-star game. It's the all-star weekend now. We don't have our regular all-star game no more.
But
East versus West are, all our stars versus each other. You're making all of our stars jump into 4 different teams and play against each other. It's 4 all-star games. That's how it is.
Okay, but this is me thinking. So they'll play the games on Saturday, right? So then on Sunday they'll actually have this is my thinking. They have the actual All-Star game on that Sunday, as opposed to like you play on that Saturday on All-Star weekend after the dunk contest or before the dunk contest, and then on that Sunday you play. Now I do agree with you. It still should be East and West. It should be, but hold on. Can you give me 12 All-Stars in the East right now?
Yeah.
I know you give me 12 in the West. Can you give me 12 in the East right now?
Yeah. I think you got Tatum, you got Brown, you got Giannis, you got Dame. I think you got what's Big Cat? What's that, 6? Who's the other teams? Let me look at my teams real quick. Trae Young.
Give me Jalen Johnson.
You on mute, Drew?
Oh, I'm on mute.
I can't hear you.
I'm on mute.
Me?
No, I can't hear Drew.
Oh, I can hear me. I can hear you, Drew.
Okay.
Yeah.
You won't go in there. I just can't hear.
I just said, give me Jalen Johnson.
He said, give him Jalen Johnson. Oh, if Pablo wasn't hurt, he'll be an all-star. I think Franz is an all-star.
I stand at Jalen Johnson. I like Jalen Johnson.
Yeah. What's it called? Spider and Evan Mobley. He's having an all-star year. And did I say Tatum?
Yeah, you said Tatum and Brown.
Okay, Tatum and Brown. Yeah, so it's almost 2 from each team. 2 for Orlando. Yeah.
You gotta take Paul out because all the games missed. But I do see what you're saying. But Franz, I would definitely put as an all-star right now. He's an all-star season. But I don't know. If personally, I think if they I think they should do it East-West. You know what I'm saying? So you have the 24 all-stars still, but then you separate them by the East and the West. And you play like that. As opposed to the pool of different players. You put 8 on the East, another 8 on the East, and then another 8 on the West. But that wouldn't work. because they put
it's 3 teams, right?
it, so that wouldn't work. Now, if it was 4 teams, I would say it would work like that. But I don't know. I still feel like it could work. I still think like it'll be fun. It's All-Star weekend.
Yeah. So you're saying they're going to play a game on Saturday?
No, I don't know. My assumption is I don't know. But because to me, it wouldn't make sense to have them play back-to-back games in the same day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you play one game. Let's say you play one game at 7, then you play one game at 9, then you gonna play another game at 11. Like that's, and then you still got the dunk contest. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like to me, it doesn't make sense. It will make sense to play it on that Saturday, and then have just All-Star game on that Sunday. Have the 2 teams play on that Sunday, like it's always been.
What was you gonna say, Drew?
I was like, was they playing whole games or were they just playing quarters?
You still can't hear him? He said, was they playing the whole games or they just playing quarters? I think they're playing the first to 40. I guess it can't be quarters. It's got to be halves. If you can't get 40, and I think it's halves.
I think it's quarters at all.
First to 40 and probably got like a 25-minute time limit, something like that.
It is.
I'm just trying to figure out.
I don't know how they came up with it, but oh dang, on my shirt.
I don't know. It's weird.
Here we go.
I don't like it though.
You do or don't?
I don't.
Okay.
Just because to me, it's just not an all-star game. You got the upcoming stars playing against the all-stars now. So you're saying they like all-stars or like what? Like what is going on?
Okay, so look at it like this, right?
What if they beat their ass? Man, no.
That's what I was about to say that.
Go ahead.
I was just about to say that. Because it's gonna be a whole lot of trash talk going on if they beat them. Because I'm looking at it like, yo, these jokers gonna take this serious. They ain't gonna be playing around because they're gonna want to make a name for themselves. So they'll mess around and beat them and think twice about it. So
oh man,
that is gonna be the crucial game right there. Whoever playing that game. All right, I'm trying to see the rules, but they didn't really give me a lot of explanation for it.
Man, I don't. This is gonna be crazy.
It definitely is.
These young boys come out here and smash y'all.
Yeah, and
been upset. Talking about no, we ain't supposed to be playing this hard, nigga. You ain't.
Right. You ain't supposed to be playing this hard. I'm playing this hard. All right, the 14, the Rising Sun Stars. I was trying to see. Because they had like kind of explained it. See, I still can't see it. I'm trying to find the format of the actual games. Like what is the games to? Oh, here we go. Hopefully this is it right here. Because this is wild. TNT 4. All right, the fan voting. The 4 teams participating will compete for a prize pool of $1.8 million, with each player of the championship team receiving $125,000. Each player on the second place team $50,000. The third and fourth place receiving $25,000. I was trying to find the rules of the games, but I can't find them. Because I think that'll sum up a lot if you could get the rules. Because they're just talking about the percentage and how the teams are. This is stupid. Man, that's not really helping me out. But anyway, that's essentially how it's supposed to be, something like that. Where it'll be, I don't know. It's something new. That's all I can say. It's new. So whether people like it or hate it, it's new. And you just go with it from there. If you don't like it, you're going to do what most people do.
I got it. Let's see.
Did you watch the game last year?
No.
Exactly. It's going to be the same way this year.
Let's see. It says tournament structure. It's going to be 4 teams. The event will Feature 4 teams, 3 composed of 8 all-stars. Each of the team composed of the winners of the Rising Stars will be the 4th team. Semifinals and the finals. The tournament includes 2 semifinal games with the winners advancing to the finals. Game rules, target scores. Each game will conclude when a team reaches a target score of 40 points, eliminating the traditional game clock to encourage thematic play. So it's going to be no clock, just straight up to 40 points who wins.
So are they playing half court or full court?
It's still full court. Yeah.
You know, because the way that sounds like a regular basketball game right there. So are they going to be 2s or 1s? Like, what are we doing? We going 2s for 1s up to 40, or we going?
It has, because up to 4. That's going to be quick.
That's what I'm saying. So is it going to be 1s or 2s? Because if it's 1s, okay, cool. But if it's 2s to 3s, it's over.
Yeah, they might have to rethink that if it's 2s or 3s, because this shit could be over in 3 minutes. Be like, this, what? This,
especially the way, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all they're gonna do is shoot 3-pointers. If you only got to get to 40, everybody gonna be out there shooting 3-pointers.
The quickest.
They might not even break a sweat by the time the game is over. Think about it. Seriously, think about it. That's what 10 threes is 30 points. Maybe 15
And
threes.
a couple dunks. You go to get a couple dunks.
Yeah, game over with.
Yeah.
And you can't even call next because that's.
Yeah,
I don't know about this though. I don't know about this one.
You know how they be shooting in like all-star game. You know they're gonna be launching threes. Steph Curry be coming across half court shooting. Like, it's an all-star game. We're having fun. Like, all right.
Yeah, that game ain't gonna last. Oh, I need to get y'all football picks. We ain't did it the last couple of weeks. So what I'm gonna do is because we haven't done it, I'm gonna just keep on going from the scores that we previously had. So if you get a chance, send me y'all picks for this week coming up, and we'll go from there. I messed up, so I feel bad because I didn't get y'all the last couple of weeks. So, but just give me your picks and we good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes another episode of Behind the Curtain. This is your guy AD, the fellas.
It's good. It's your boy Woo Kid 36. Don't forget 36. You be missed.
Yeah, it's me, Drew Skrilla for real, man. We done got this money.
Sir.
All right, fellas, y'all have a great evening.
All right, man. Y'all be easy.
Super.
You too.